What's going on, my trainer club? We have 11 new Pokemon that are added to the Shadow Pokemon lineup, which is super cool, super exciting. There are some awesome guys in there, but what we got to make sure is that you know exactly how to beat all of these guys when it comes to battling them. So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Today we are going to be checking out all new Shadow Pokemon. There are 11 that have been added to Pokemon Go. So let me know in the comments below, what do you think about the Shadow Pokemon? How do you like Team Rocket? Is it fun for you? Has it gotten old? Drop in the comments and let me know. I can't wait to hear what you are doing. And then hit that sub button to stay up to date on my most current topics, because we are going to Japan. So I'm going to be vlogging a little bit more, as well as trying to deliver as many tips as I possibly can for all the events upcoming as well. So we are in LA. We're about to go to the airport right now, but I had to film this video so that I can get it out for you guys so that you know exactly what's going on in Pokemon Go. So right now we're gonna get into the 11 new Pokemon that have been released for Shadow forms in battles right now with their counters. So we have Poliwag, you can obviously evolve it. We have Grimer, Muck, Cubone, Drowzee, Hypno, Scyther, Magikarp, Houndour, Houndoom, and Ralts coming soon. All right, guys, so I just wanted to point out before we get into this, you'll notice that they have the same weaknesses when it comes to Tier 1 and Tier 2 evolution. Let's look at Houndour and Houndoom. They're going to start with some counters and then they're gonna go on to the next counter. So what that means is, because you don't wanna die out, because once your Pokemon dies out, the better strategy is to switch. If you switch before you die, you will remain with the balls if you need to catch harder Pokemon. So what you have to look for is the different counters depending on the type, because the Pokemon with the second evolutions are gonna be tankier, they're gonna be harder to beat, so you have to have better counters. So let's check out the first one. The number one, we have the Poliwag, who is going to be weak to grass and electric. His top counters are going to be Roserade with Razor Leaf and Grass Knot, Raikou with Thunder Shock and Thunderbolt, Zapdos with Thunder Shock and Zap Cannon. The next we have the Grimer, who is going to be weak to Ground and Psychic. His top counters are going to be Mewtwo with Confusion Psychic, Azelf with Extrasensory Future Sight, and Espeon with Zen Headbutt and Future Sight. And then we have the Muck with a little bit different counters because he's going to be a little bit stronger. So his top counters are going to be Mewtwo with Psycho Cut and Psychic, Groudon with Mudshot and Earthquake, and Azelf with Confusion and Future Sight. Next we have the Drowzee, who is going to be weak to Bug, Dark, and Ghost. Drowzee's top counters are going to be Giratina with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Absol with Snarl and Dark Pulse, and Weavile with Feint Attack and Foul Play. Next we have the Hypno with the same weaknesses of the Bug, Dark, and Ghost, but it's gonna have a little bit different counters because it is more powerful. So the Hypno counters are going to include Giratina with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Tyranitar with Bite Crunch, and Mewtwo with Psycho Cut and Shadow Ball. So you wanna notice that these guys, as they get stronger, they have a little bit different counters because they need to be a little tankier. Then we have the Cubone, who is gonna be weak to Grass, Ice, and Water. The top Cubone counters include Kyogre with Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Sceptile with Bullet Seed, Frenzy Plant, and Tangrowth with Vine Whip and Solar Beam. Hey, how are you guys? Then we have the Scyther, which is super cool. I've heard reports from Jewel that it is a difficult Pokemon to take down. These Scyther weaknesses include Rock, Electric, Fire, Flying, and Ice. And his top counters are going to be Rampardos with Smackdown Rock Slide, who is definitely a little bit more rare right now, Tyranitar with Smackdown Stone Edge, and Rhyperior with Smackdown and Stone Edge as well. Next we have the Magikarp with the weaknesses of Grass and Electric. The top counters include Porygon Z with Charge Beam, Solar Beam, Alolan Executor, Bullet Seed, Solar Beam, and Executor with Bullet Seed, Solar Beam. So notice those are not the top grass attackers, but they're going to be tankier, and then you can evolve it into the Shadow Gyarados, which is super, super cool. Then we have the Houndour with the counters of Fighting, Ground, Rock, and Water, with the top counters going to be Kyogre with Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Blaziken with Counter, Focus Blast, and Tyranitar with Smackdown, Stone Edge. And then we have the Houndoom. Once again, it's going to have a little bit different counters. It is going to be Fighting, Fire, Water, and Rock, same as the Houndour, but the counters are a little bit different. Going to be Kyogre, Waterfall, Hydro Pump, Machamp, switching it up for Counter, Dynamic Punch, and Tyranitar with the Smackdown, Stone Edge. And then finally, when the Ralts comes out, he is going to be weak to... So finally, once the Ralts come out, we will have a weakness to Ghost, Poison, and Steel. The top counters are going to include Gengar with Shadow Claw, Shadow Ball, Metagross, Bullet Seed, Meteor Mash, and Dialga with Metal Claw, Iron Head. So those are what you need to use, guys. Make sure to go in there and pick the guys that are most tanky for you, which ones you have readily available, and go ahead and utilize those. Notice, as we get to the harder Pokemon, you have a little bit different counters because you need tankier Pokemon. You do not want to die out. So thank you to all my likers, subscribers, commenters, and my Patreon members. I super appreciate all you guys. I will see you out on the next video. Peace. I just wanted to take a moment and sincerely thank every single person that decided to take their subscription and their support to me to the next level as a small channel, and really trying to grow and hit new levels and be able to travel and really meet up with a lot of my fans and the communities around the world and the US especially. I just want to say that your support really means a lot to me. It helps me out, and I greatly appreciate you for being a part of the Trainer Club. Thank you so much.